Hello, grade 7 students. Here that I'm planning to discuss 2022 January monthly test past paper with you. If you can remember that last time when you had the October monthly test also, we had this kind of the paper discussion series. So then this video will be for your January monthly test. At first, without wasting time, that we'll move to the paper straight away. Right, you can see the paper on the screen now. So January 2022 monthly test paper. Before moving to the discussion, I have few points to discuss with you that if you have not gone through the previous videos and if you have not participated for any of my paper discussion series earlier, I think it's better to discuss these few points before moving to the paper discussion, right? So then here, first of all, what you want to do, children, that you want to fill the blanks. Can you see that grade 7A, B, C, what's your class you want to mention and your name and the date you have the exam and your admission number. You want to fill all these four places. That is very important. Then the second point I want to discuss with you, you can see the marks allocation in the right side corner. Inside the box, you can see the marks allocation. There, out of 100, 5 marks will be for your handwriting. Now, you may think that this is handwriting, so are they giving marks for the round letters, nice letters? No. So this is for the many concerns. What are they? That whether you have written the paper that neatly, nicely, whether your letters and numbers are correct, or that it is neat. Simply the neatness of the paper, accuracy of the paper, right? And how you have used the working column, right? How you have written that everything, that if you are using so many equation marks, whether you have done it neatly, that we consider all these things to allocate these 5 marks. Therefore, keep that in your mind when you are doing the paper. It's easy, right, to score that 5 marks. So then try your best to do a neat work and correct work, then get this 5 marks, right? So then the third point I want to discuss with you, the instructions. That sometimes the students may think that I don't want to read this because that every time they put the same instructions. Don't think like that, students. That you know that every year that sometimes there can be the same examiner who sets the paper, or sometimes it can be the different examiners. So then different examiners, they may be having the different requirements. Or else the same examiner that he or she may think that this time that I want to take it in a different way. So then he or she can that include the different instructions. Whatever it is, the very important thing, you want to read the instructions, right? The first instruction here, that record your answers in the spaces provided in this paper for part 1. Then part 2 should be answered in the line papers. You know that what do you mean by these line papers? In the exam hall, your teachers will distribute the papers. Then for part 2, you want to write the answers in the line papers. I want to tell you that when the teachers are marking the papers, that let's say your answers, all of your answers are correct, but you have written the answers for part 1 in the line papers. You don't get the marks. Why is that? You have not read the instructions properly, right? And for part 2, that all of your answers are correct, but you have written all the answers in the paper itself. Again, you don't get the marks because you have not read the instructions properly. Therefore, please keep this point in your mind, children. Read the instruction carefully and do whatever the things they have asked you to do, and show your workings, and you're not allowed to use the calculator. So those are the instructions we want to go through, right? Children, that then we will analyze the paper structure. Part 1, you have question number 1, 2, yeah, that's it. 40 marks, right? 40 marks. Here, 40 marks, 4 into 10. Then here, 10 marks altogether, it is 50 marks. Then part 2. Part 2, you want to write the answers on the line papers, right? And you have 1, 2, 3 questions. Right. So we will try our best to cover at least part 1 with this video. If time doesn't permit, I will set another video to discuss the part 2. Right. So we will move to part 1. And I have told you that always that you can use a working column if you feel that the space is not enough for me to do the workings. Therefore, that you can do all of your workings in the working column and you can transfer your answer. So first of all, I'm going to have my working columns that you can use the ruler and draw the working column like this, right? I will draw my working column like this. And if need, you can write here it as the workings. Okay, so you can write it like this. The first question, children, you want to write the percentage into decimals, right? How do you do this? So I'll put the question number 1 here. The 35%, first I write it as a fraction, right? 35 over 100. 35% per 100. So then as they have asked me to write this as a decimal, what I do, I will write this 35 with the decimal. How I'm going to do it, children? 35.0 over 100. Right? You know that if I write 2, that I have different ways to write this 2. It can be 2 over 1. Or else it can be 2.0. The same value, right? So, but in our day-to-day life, when I want to express number 2, I don't write that 2 over 1 or 2.0. I just write 2. But sometimes when we are doing the calculations, I may write it as 2 over 1 or 2.0 for my calculation purpose. Likewise, 35 also I can write it as 35.0. Now what happened? Your grade 6 decimal knowledge, right? So when you're dividing a decimal number by 10, 100, 1000, you had a separate lesson for this. So how do you write this? So you write this 0.350. No point of writing that the 0 at the end. Therefore, you write 0.35 and your final answer will be 0.35. And you segregate it like this. That is done. Okay. Then find the circumference of the circle. Next one. So what is the formula we had to find the circumference of the circle, children? That we do have 2 formulas. Can you remember that the first formula is 2 equal to C equal to 5R. The other formula we had is C equal 5D, right? We have 2 formulas to calculate the circumference 2, 5R and 5D. If you can remember that I have explained this with my area and perimeter videos also. When you have the 2 formulas that you may have the doubt that which formula I am going to use. It is based on the information available for you in the question, right? Here that they have given the radius. Can you see this is the center and this is the radius. If they have given the radius value, it is easier for us to use the 2-5R formula to calculate the circumference, right? So how do you do this? C is equal to 2-5R, right? So then what I do, C is equal to 2 times 5 times R, okay? So then I write 2 times 22 over 7 times 0.7, right? I substituted the values. So then I can simplify. You see that 7 times 1 and 7 times it is 0.1, right? So then 2 times 22, 2 times 22, it is 44, right? So then 44 you multiply by 0.1. What will be the answer? 4.4. Right? Therefore, that you can write the answer 4.4 meters, right? Whatever that the special working, you can do it in the working column if you feel that you don't have enough space to do this, right? C equal to 5R, right? So then 2 times 5 times R. That phi value they have given is 22/7, and the r value it is 0.7. That when you simplify 7 and 0.7, it becomes 0.1. 2 times 22, it is 44. 44 you multiply by 0.4, it becomes 4.4, right? So then we'll move to question number 3. So then if 90% of people in a city wear a mask, what is the percentage that do not wear, right? Children, can you remember that we have discussed this earlier? That wait, I will extend my working column and I will take the blue color, right? So out of 100, right? Out of 100, how many people wear the mask? 97 wear a mask, right? So then out of 100, how many that people, they don't wear the mask, children? It should be 3, right? That if I consider 100 people, right, of that city, in the city, I can find that when if I count 97 people, they are having the mask with them, right? They are having the mask with them, right? So then how many people they don't have the mask with them? 3 people. Out of 100, right, here that I write, out of 100, it is 3 people. So what is the percentage? It should be 3%, 3 per 100, do not wear a mask, right? You want to manage the space nicely, children, right? Then question number 4. It is that the area of a triangle, right? What is the formula? First of all, you want to write area is equal to half into base into perpendicular height, right? So then first of all, first of all, what you want to do, you want to identify what is the perpendicular height. This is the perpendicular height. And what will be the base, children? So this will be the base, right? Okay. Then you substitute the value half. What is the base you have? 2x. And what is the perpendicular height? It is x. Right? So this 2 and 2 you can cancel. What will be that? X squared centimeter. I know that most of x squared centimeter squared. Right? Now, all of you may think that we don't get that a number, that answer, the direct answer. Yes, because they have given us the perpendicular height and the base in terms of x. So then the area also will be there in terms of x, right? So then the 2x you divided by 2, it gives you x, right? Then x you multiply by x, it will become that it becomes x squared, and the area unit will be centimeter times centimeter, centimeter squared. Therefore, that your answer should be x squared centimeter squared, right? So you want to understand, children, that the centimeter you multiply by centimeter, the answer will be centimeter squared, right? So then the x value you multiply by x, the answer will be x squared, right? Okay. Then question number 5. Find 11%, 11%, right, of 20 meters. So you want to write it like this. When you read the question, you can do it, right? So always watch the video carefully and see that how teacher is doing all these things, children. That you may think, do we need to write all these formulas and do we need to show all the workings? Yes, that is why I am showing. So you just see that how many seconds and how many minutes I'm spending for all these steps, but still I can give you a comprehensive answer. That you want to practice your answers like this. So then instead of, what is the math operation we can use, children? Yes, it is the multiplication. So then you write 11 over 100 multiplied by 20, then 20 times 1 and 20 times 5, right? So then you want to write it as a fraction, 11 over 5 meters. You want to write it as a fraction, right? You want to write it as a fraction, right? What I did that I'm going to, that I can have the working column only, up to this page, this level. Right? So then you want to write the answer, give your answer as a fraction. Now what you can do, check whether you have done all these sub questions and see whether how many marks you got for the question number 1 out of 10. Right? So then we'll move to question number 2. Question number 2, you have the 10 sub questions, right? 10 sub questions, we will do it. So then here, 240 grams, right? 240 grams. First of all, I will have my working column because there can be so many workings here. We have 10 sub questions. Wait. Right. The first one, again, I'll move to blue color, 240 grams and 6 kilograms. Children, what we want to do first of all, that before doing the calculation, we want to do a conversion. What it is, that you want to convert 6 kilograms into grams, that is 6,000 grams, right? So then you can write that the 240 grams over 6,000 grams, right? And multiply it by 100 as you want to convert this into percentage. Then gram and gram you can cancel. And here 2 zeros and 2 zeros. And here you have 0 and another 0. Then 24 over 6. 24 over 6%. And the answer is 4%. Hope it is clear for you. First, you want to look at the units. The first item they have given in grams. The second item they have given in kilograms. Then first of all, you want to do the conversion. Kilograms, I converted into grams. 6 kilograms means 6,000 grams. Then the first unit, right, as a fraction of the second unit. So 240 grams, you divided by 6,000 grams. Then whatever the fraction you get, you want to multiply it by 100. Why? Because you want to convert this into a percentage, right? You want to convert this into a percentage. Then gram and gram you can cancel. So then 2 zeros in 100 will be cancelled with 2 zeros in 6,000. Then 1 0 with 240 will be cancelled with the remaining 0 in 60. Then you have 24 over 6. The final answer will be 4%, right? Now here they have given the side of, one side. So then this also will be 8.1. Why they have given this is a square. We know in a square, all the sides are equal to each other, right? What you want to do, that the area is equal to length into length, right? Length into length. That means 8.1 centimeter into 8.1 centimeter. Children, when you have the two decimal values to multiply, what you should do? You forget about the decimals and you just multiply the numbers 81 and 81. Then what happened? That here you have 81, right? So then when you multiply, 8 plus 8, 16. Yeah, you have 6,561. How many decimals you want to keep for the answer, children? So that is 65.61 centimeter squared. Why? In the question, you can see that 8.1, 1 decimal place. Again, 8.1, 1 decimal place. Altogether, I have 2 decimal places. So then 6,561 was the answer I got when I multiply 81 by 81. So then I want to keep 2 decimal places. So that becomes 65.61, right? So then we'll move to, so that is done. Right? Always that if you are done with a particular portion, that you can draw a line and complete it. So then the third part, out of 40 kilograms of beans, 24 kilograms were in good condition, right? So out of 40 kilograms, the 24 kilograms were in good condition, and you want to write this as a fraction, right? Can you see, children, that while reading the question that we can write the answers? Out of 40, that means that the 40 should be in the denominator, and 24 kilograms were in good condition. 24 will come to the numerator. And as we need to write this as a percentage, children, we want to multiply it by 100. So what happened? That you can simplify it like this. So then 4 times 1 and 4 times 6. So then 6 times 10, it is 60%, right? It is 60%. Then we'll move to the question number 4. If the circumference of the circle is 440 centimeters, find the radius. Children, I will get the formula in the working column. So C equal 2 times 5 times R. That if you want to find R, what will be the formula? C divided by 2, 5, right? And another way I can write this, R is equal to C divided by 2, 5. You may think why teacher wrote the same formula in 2 different ways. I want to mention you something here, children, that sometimes in the exam, you get the phi value 3.14, 2 or 3.14, right? In that case, you can use that the fractional method, that is C over 2, 5 as it is. But by any chance, like this question, that if they have given the phi value 22 over 7, children, it's better to write the formula R equals C divided by 2, 5 with the division symbol. I will explain you why is that. That I write here that R is equal to C is 440 divided by 2 multiplied by 22 over 7. Then what happened? You can write 440 divided by 44 over 7. See what happened now, right? So then I convert this division into multiplication. Then what happened? The next fraction will take its reciprocal, that is 7 over 44. Now, can you see that how it is easier for you to do the simplification now? 44 times 1 and 44 times 10. So then that is 70 centimeters, right? Then the radius will be 70 centimeters, right? 440, it is the circumference, and you want to divide it by 2, 5. 5 value they have given 22 over 7. Then 2 times 22, it is 44. 44 over 7 you have. But when you convert the division sign into multiplication, 44, 7 will take its reciprocal. That becomes 7 over 44. 440 when you divide by 44, that becomes 10, right? 10 you multiply by 7, it gives you 70, right? Then we'll move to the next question. Here, ABCD is a rectangle, right? So then again, you want to revise your theory knowledge that you have area equal to length into breadth. In some textbook, they use length into width. And some textbooks, they use length into breadth. Length into breadth or width, both of them are the same. That here breadth, another term we can use is width. Okay. Then how to find that? Here they have given the area, they have given the length, but they have not given the breadth, or they have not given the width. How do you find it, children? That if you keep breadth alone here, that is A divided by length, area divided by length. Therefore, straight away you get this: breadth is equal to area is 88 centimeter square. What I do, I expand it and write it centimeter times centimeter. You see that why I wrote it like this. Then I divide it by the length, 11 centimeter. Then centimeter and centimeter, you cancel like this. 11 times 1 and 11 times 8. What will be your answer, children? 8 centimeter. That is the breadth of this rectangle, right? So then I will segregate this. That is done. Okay. So then we'll move to question number 6. Question number 6, you can see that A, B, or both of them that from the percentage lesson, that you want to convert 3/25 into a percentage. What we should do, we want to multiply it by 100, right? A fraction, you are converting it into a percentage. What you should do, children, you want to convert this into a percentage after multiplying by 100. 25 times 1, 25 times 4. So 3 times 4, it is 12. And your answer will be 12%, right? 25 times 4, it is 100. 4 times 3, it is 12. As a percentage, it is 12%. So then when you want to convert a decimal number, 0.67, and you want to write it as that percentage, you multiply it by 100. Again, your grade 6 decimal knowledge, children. What you do when you are multiplying a decimal number by 10, 100, 1000, can you remember? The answer will be 67.0. Then here you write it is 67%. Right? That is done. I close this. Here, you want to find the area of the parallelogram. What is the formula to find the area of the parallelogram, children? It is base into perpendicular height. Right? Now look at this. This is the base. And this is the perpendicular height. Now you may think, teacher, how can we find straight away the perpendicular height and the base? Right, I will explain it like this. The perpendicular height, always that you should have that the 90-degree angle, 4 centimeter, will be the perpendicular height. And you have other 3 values, that 8 centimeter, 8 centimeter, and 12 centimeters. Out of these 3 values, which one will be my base? So then to which that if the perpendicular height should be drawn against the base value, right? So then the perpendicular height value that it was drawn against the base value. So that means the 12 centimeter will be the base value. So I write the base is 12 centimeter. And what is the perpendicular height? It is 4 centimeter. And when you multiply this, it becomes 48 centimeter square. Right? And the next one, 2.5, you want to write as a fraction. It is a mixed number. Now 2.5, how do you convert into an improper fraction, children? 2 multiplied by 2 plus 1 over 2. Right? 2 times 2, it is 4. 4 plus 1, it is 5. So this is the fraction, right? Now what happened? You want to convert this into a percentage, right? how to convert this to a percentage? Tell me that 2.5, right? 2.5, you want to convert it into a percentage. Another way you can use that popular half will be, right? That popular half. So as a decimal, it is 0.5. Then if you have 2.5, right? You can write this as 2.5. Then you can write, if need, 2.5, you multiply by 100, then it gives you what? 250.0. The final answer will be 250. Is it clear, children? Right? You have 2.5, right? You have 2.5 and you want to convert this into a percentage. How do you convert the 2.5 into percentage, children? So you want to multiply it by 100. When you multiply it by 100, what happened? So 2.5, you multiply by 100, it gives you 250%. Give your above answer as a decimal. 2.5 as a percentage. So then give your above answer, 250. How do you convert it into that? You can write it as 250.0 over 100. Why? 250% percent per 100. 250 over 100, you can write it like this. So then what happens when you are dividing this by 100? That becomes 0.2, sorry, not 0.2 point. This becomes 2.500, but no point of writing zeros at the end. This will be the answer. Right? Okay. Then the 9th one. If there are 45 children in a class and 36 are boys, so give the number of girls as a percentage. 45 total children, right? From 45, you deduct 36, it gives me number of girls, right? It gives me number of girls, right? What is the answer? That you total you have 45. From this that you deduct 36, it gives me 9. That 9 girls are there. Then what happened, children? The 9 girls you have out of what? Out of 45. And you want to multiply this by 100, right? How can you simplify this, children? 9 times 1 and 9 times 5. Then 5 times 1 and 5 times 20. Then the answer will be 20%. See how I got it? 45 children are there. That's the total number of students in the class. From that, you want to deduct 36 because that the 36 boys are there. Then you get the number of girls. It is 9. 9 students out of 45. Sorry, 9 girls out of 45 students. So then how do you write this as a fraction? For that, you want to multiply it by 100. How I simplify? Look at these children. So then 9 times 1 and 9 times 5. 5 times 1 and 5 times 20. So then the answer will be 20%. The last question here, that ABCD is a rectangle, KLMN, it is a square. Area of ABCD 2 times the area of KLMN. If this is X, this is 2X. Right? Find the area of KLMN, right? So then how, first of all, what you can do, that other way, that if it is that the area of KLMN, if I take it as X, the area of ABCD should be 2 times 2X, right? First, what I can do, I can find the area of ABCD. Why? That I have the length and the width. Area of ABCD, how do you find, children? Length into width, right? That means I write this as 16 centimeter into 8 centimeter, right? When you multiply 16 and 8, right? 16 you multiply by 8, the answer it is 128 centimeters squared, right? So this is 2x. How to find the x? Area of KLMN 128 over 2. So then it gives you 64 centimeters squared, right? This is how you want to get the answer for the last one. First of all, you want to understand the relationship between the rectangle and the square, right? Whatever the area value you get for the square, right? So 2 times the square area, that is the area of the rectangle. So then if you find the area of the rectangle, then definitely it should be half of that, right? 2x divided by 2, that is x. So then here the area of the rectangle, it is 128, right? So then 128, so then it should be the half of that, that is 64 centimeters square. Children, then I don't take that much time that for the part 2, but it's better to go for another video. Otherwise, it will be boring for you. Now, you just see that I will show it. Look at this, children, that when you see my paper, right, the way I have given the answers, you just see that how that I have written the steps, how I have written the formulas, and look at my working column, how I have segregated it, and how I have used the units, right? So just see that these are the things you want to improve before the exam, right? Before the exam. And I will upload this video, and while watching this video, if you have any doubts, you can comment on the video itself. Then I will clarify your doubts. Okay, children, so we'll meet again with the second video to discuss the part 2. Till then, stay safe. Keep in touch. I will upload the second video related to this soon. Take care, children. Bye.